It's October 12th, 2016. John, you're up in New York City at the CNBC Global Headquarters. Are there any creepy clowns hanging out with you?
No. Occasionally we have some clowns that show up here, but no creepy clowns at all here today, Andrew. But I hear that Chicago might be a place you don't want to be a creepy clown. Huh?
Oh no, this dude was on the south side and he was dressed up like a clown. This guy drove by, pulled out his gun, he filmed it, so it looks like it's like a video game. And he goes, "Stop messing with the beep beep kids." The guy started running. It was a small clip, but it was actually kind of funny. Creepy clowns are people too, you know. But I wouldn't want to be dressing up like them.
You know who the first Ronald McDonald was, by the way, Andrew?
You mean the first clown that played him?
The first guy that played Ronald McDonald in 1963, and he did it for 2 years, by the way.
And it's not Bozo the Clown.
Nope, and he is the most famous of all the people who have played Ronald McDonald, as far as I know.
I give up. Who was it?
Willard Scott, the local TV personality. It also played Bozo the Clown in Washington, D.C. Of course, Chicago's own WGN has some claim to Bozo the Clown, but yeah, Ronald McDonald, the first Ronald McDonald was Willard Scott, folks.
Actually, I kind of do remember seeing that. He was kind of like it wasn't a very good clown. He's not creepy, though. Yeah, I guess you could say he was creepy.
Although they say he's hiding now, not Willard, but the
real
clowns, in particular, the real Ronald McDonald is not going out because McDonald's doesn't want him associated with creepy.
What's up with these clowns? I mean, all of a sudden, clowns are on everybody's radar. Why is this?
I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I can't.
It's like, let's voice clowns on the American people. All right. Speaking of clowns, just kidding. You and your brother did the halftime today. You guys...
Speaking of clowns.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys talked about GPS and Kruger. Yep.
Kruger yesterday, KR, you know, the big grocery store chain, they're huge, $20+ billion. Pete cited unusual activity in that one yesterday. It has exploded to the upside. The stock hasn't moved all that much, but it was 29, maybe 20 or so when we talked about it yesterday. And today, Kruger popped all the way up to 31.44. It's a 4.25% move. So, as you might imagine, Andrew, what does that mean? That means that if you had options, and they were buying the November 30s, for instance. So when you get a chance, folks, pull up KR, which is a symbol for Kroger's, pull up Nov 30s, and you'll see that the Nov 30s in Kruger just made an extraordinary move from 70 cents yesterday, about the level where they were when we cited it, to $1.85 today. So it's not quite a triple, but it's certainly enough really fast money, truly fast money, that made me feel good.
If anything, a base hit. And you talked about GAP. GPS is the symbol. George, Paul, Sam.
And it's still holding the gains from last week. We talked about that. National Retail Federation came out with projections for the holiday shopping season. And I think they're right. I think that it's going to be a good shopping season. Certainly, I like the way that Gap stores moved. Best Buy, I cited that one last week, Andrew. So there's a lot of things to kind of like. I don't know that I want to hold them too much longer, even though normally I hold them till Black Friday. Some of these pops have been pretty extreme. Best Buy's up a lot just in the last 60 days.
Hey, speaking of Best Buy, you got your phone from there, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It brings you in, right? It brought me in.
With the $650 thing? You got that?
Well, yep. You're the one that told me about it. And folks, if you didn't listen to Andrew on that, shame on you. But I got $650 credit. Now, I got to send in my old phone, Andrew, which I haven't done yet, but I got to send that in to Verizon.
Just go down to the store. They'll package it and send it off for you. Fill out all the paperwork. Because that's the annoying part with the whole thing.
Okay. I got to do that. So maybe I'll do that this weekend.
How do you like the phone, by the way?
Love it. Lightning fast.
It is fast.
The part that's taken some time to get used to for me, Andrew, is the that virtually everything has to be Bluetooth.
Yeah,
that's taken me a little bit to get used to, quite frankly.
Because you had to borrow my headphones because you didn't have them. You just can't stick anything in the Tim Cook's new alternative hole for listening to that.
Let's not go there.
It's true. He's got a new hole for you to plug your thing into.
I mean, they did away with the
old hole
headphone jack, and now it's just so you got to be ready for that.
I know. So that's normal stuff here. Now we've got this LABU. Where'd you find this thing? LABU.
Okay. So LABU, this is CIEN, and what they're famous for, of course, are levered ETFs. So this is a triple bull ETF, triple bull.
Trust me, I know the triple gold.
So take a look at LAB and then throw the U at the end. So LABU is down hard today, like almost 9%. Volume is a robust 327,000 shares for a triple levered ETF. That's rather light. It normally trades a lot more than this, so it's going down on light volume. Watch this one. This is, of course, for the biotech space. So, with Illumina cratering and a lot of stocks very weak in the space, obviously a triple levered ETF is something that's very vulnerable. So watch it.
And I've had enough at triple leverage stuff. I'm already in that one. What's with the FTNT, Frank, Tommy, Nancy, Tommy, FTNT?
Yeah, well, they came out, preliminary results last night. They were light. Boy, for instance, they were due to report about 18 cents. They say that the preliminary results are going to look 15 to 16. So let's say 2 cents. Let's call that give or take 10%. The stock is making a big downside move because FTNT on heavy volume, normal is 1.5 million shares. It's already traded 10 times that. It's down 11.25%. I think I take advantage of this, so I'm trying to be patient, Andrew. I sold some puts earlier when it broke through 30. It's back above 30 now. If it makes a late day surge lower, I might sell more puts because, man, you erased basically most of your year in Fortinet, which is a security play.
So for people that are listening, the stock's trade around 30.25, let's say. And you are, instead of buying the stock because it doesn't pay a dividend, so you're going to sell puts. Puts are going to give you a right to buy that. And if this thing keeps going up, you get to keep on.
Well, it obligates me to buy if it falls.
Sure. But if not, and it goes up, you get to keep the premium. What strike are you looking at and how far are you going out?
Well, for instance, FTNT, let me see which ones I did, Andrew. FTNT, I went out a month into the future, so November's are the ones that I sold. And it looks like I collected in the neighborhood of $1.85 for the November 30 puts. So effectively, folks, if I am put the stock, I would own this stock $1.85 under 30, meaning that I'd own it at basically $28.15. So it's $2 lower than where the stock actually is trading right now. I could be forced to buy at that level.
That's a nice strike. Yeah, it's going your way, by the way. It's 155 by 175 right now. Okay,
all right.
Ciena, CIEN. This is a new one.
Yeah, like this one. Well, this is like fiber optics and things like that, CIEN, and I cited it for unusual activity on the halftime today. Stock was not at the lows, but near the lows. It was around 2055, 2060. Now it's made it back over 2107. Somebody bought a lot of January 22 calls. So I jumped in there and did a spread, buying the Jan 22s, selling the 25s, because then I can address time decay by selling the 25s against the 22s. Same number, whatever contract amount I buy at the one strike, I sell at the other. And that's what I've done. So I'm in Ciena right now. I could be in it for up to 2 months. We'll see. But if the stock works, I'll be. It's a very low risk trade, so I like this one a lot.
Okay, well, that kind of wraps it up. I don't have anything else over here other than the VIX report today, and that was kind of, they're still doing the Octobers. They're still, they were doing Novembers. They've come into October now. So they're still looking at, some volatility before the election. So keep you posted on that.
Thank you, Andrew. Much appreciated, sir.
All right. Well, we'll talk
All right. So, folks, make sure you tell your friends about the podcast. We'll try to make them more regular, but every day Andrew and I will break down some stocks, tell you what we're actually trading with real money, and you can subscribe through iTunes or YouTube. Thanks for listening.